Your gut is talking to your brain right now. Scientists just discovered this conversation determines whether you stay sharp or decline after 50. And most people are accidentally sending the wrong messages. Inside your digestive system lives a universe. Trillions of microorganisms, more cells than exist in your entire body, working around the clock. For decades, scientists thought these tiny residents only helped with digestion. They were spectacularly wrong. In 2004, researchers made a discovery that would reshape everything we understand about brain health. They found a direct communication highway running from your gut to your brain. But here is what makes this crucial for anyone over 50. This highway does not just carry messages. It carries the raw materials your brain needs to function. The bacteria in your gut produce neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers that control memory, mood, and mental clarity. When this ecosystem falls out of balance, your brain feels it immediately. The question scientists are racing to answer now is profound. Can changing what lives in your gut actually protect your brain from age-related decline? The answer may surprise you. Let me explain exactly how this communication works because understanding this changes everything. Running from your brainstem down to your gut is a nerve called the vagus nerve. Think of it as a superhighway with traffic flowing in both directions. Here is what stunned researchers. 90% of the signals traveling on this highway flow upward, from gut to brain, not the other way around. Your gut is not just receiving instructions. It is giving them. When you feel butterflies before a big event, that is your gut sending signals to your brain. When a certain food makes you feel foggy or tired, that is the same communication system. Now consider this. Your gut bacteria directly influence what messages get sent. They produce substances that can either support clear thinking or promote inflammation that clouds your cognition. After 50, the diversity of your gut bacteria naturally begins to decline. Fewer species means fewer beneficial messages reaching your brain. But this decline is not inevitable. It is modifiable. And that is where this becomes incredibly empowering. But that is not even the most surprising part. Your gut bacteria manufacture neurotransmitters. Not similar chemicals. The actual neurotransmitters your brain uses. Serotonin, often called the happiness molecule, regulates mood, sleep, and cognitive function. Guess where 90% of your body's serotonin is produced? Not your brain. Your gut. Pause twos, let that sink in. The chemical most responsible for your emotional well-being and mental clarity is made by bacteria in your digestive system. Your gut also produces dopamine, the motivation and reward chemical. It makes GABA, the calming neurotransmitter that helps you think clearly under pressure. When scientists realized this, the implications were staggering. It means supporting your gut bacteria is not just about digestion. It is directly about supporting your brain's ability to produce the chemicals it needs to function optimally. And here is where it gets really interesting for longevity. Studies are now showing that people with certain gut bacteria profiles have measurably better cognitive function as they age. The connection is not theoretical anymore. It is documented. Now I need you to pay attention because this is where we connect the science to something you can actually do. There is another critical factor in this gut-brain conversation. Inflammation. Your gut bacteria either promote or reduce inflammation throughout your entire body, including your brain. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now considered one of the primary drivers of cognitive decline. Scientists call it inflammaging. It is the slow, persistent immune response that damages brain cells over time. Here is the connection. Certain gut bacteria produce substances that calm inflammation. Others produce substances that trigger it. The balance between these populations determines whether your brain exists in a state of protection or constant low-level assault. A leaky gut, where the intestinal barrier becomes compromised, allows inflammatory compounds to enter your bloodstream and eventually reach your brain. This is not a rare condition. It becomes increasingly common after 50 unless you take specific steps to prevent it. The good news is that the foods you eat directly influence which bacteria thrive and whether your gut barrier stays strong. And the changes can happen faster than you might think. But here is what most health content will never tell you. Everything I have shared so far is just the foundation. The real discovery goes deeper. In 2022, researchers at UCLA published findings that genuinely shocked the scientific community. They found that specific strains of gut bacteria directly produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids. These fatty acids cross the blood-brain barrier and provide fuel for brain cells. One in particular, called butyrate, actually protects neurons from degradation. Pause 2s, think about what this means. The food you eat feeds bacteria that produce substances that directly protect your brain cells. But wait. The study revealed something even more remarkable. When they gave participants specific foods known to increase butyrate-producing bacteria, cognitive test scores improved in just 8 weeks.